I wish you'd tell them never say that I don't need them. I wanna tell the world about you just so they can get better. And if you see
Today I'm going to be going over how to scale the resolution of your stream for if you have an ultra-wide monitor or any monitor that isn't a normal resolution, being 1920 by 1080, 720, 4K, any resolution that doesn't scale to those normal sizes, such as an ultra-wide monitor or an older monitor that has a more square resolution. If you have an ultra-wide monitor, people watching your stream on a normal resolution monitor will have black bars on the top and black bars on the bottom. If you have an older square monitor, people will have bars on the sides. So let's get right into it. You'll want to go to your Streamlabs OBS. Head over to the settings, video, and here's where you can see all your video resolutions. This also goes for streaming, not just videos. Here is your base resolution, which is what your base monitor resolution is. So if you have an ultra-wide monitor, this will be the ultra.
I forgot what that man said.
20, 4K, any resolution that doesn't scale to those normal sizes, such as an ultra-wide monitor or an older monitor that has a more square resolution. If you have an ultra-wide monitor, people watching your stream on a normal resolution monitor will have black bars on the top and black bars on the bottom. If you have an older square monitor, people will have bars on the sides. So let's get right into it. You'll want to go to your Streamlabs OBS. Head over to the settings, video, and here's where you can see all your video resolutions. This also goes for streaming, not just videos. Here is your base resolution, which is what your base monitor resolution is. So if you have an ultra-wide monitor, this will be the ultra-wide resolution. If you have a smaller monitor, this will be the smaller resolution. Then below you have the output resolution. The output resolution is what OBS sends to the streaming site. So the base resolution is what OBS takes in. They then scale it and output it to the streaming site. So it will take in your normal resolution, and then here you would select a normal scaled resolution. So if you want to scale it to 720 or 480 or 1080.
Do you stream with OBS Studio? With OWN Pro you get free access to overlays and alerts. Just download our free plugin for OBS Studio.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So first, you're gonna open it up and you're gonna notice here I have keyboard, Clipper underscore library, no board, which is the actual application, no board to hooking DLL, and then system value tuple. Link. If you put in a new font, you can have a different keyboard or a different mouse in there. I don't know where you can find these fonts. If I get enough comments about it, I'll look into it and make another video on that. But what I'm gonna do now is just select this one and just hit close. So now I have this green screened mouse. So I do want to address something. No, you cannot see your mouse when you're in game. This is direct. This is like 100% just meant for OBS or Streamlabs for your viewers to see. So now, open up your Streamlabs or OBS. It'll be the same thing. Like go to sources and add a new source. And you want to hit window capture, add source, and I don't need to name it, but right here you want to click on window and you want to open up the noboard.exe. This one.
Yeah. Can get better, and if you see.
Hi everyone, and welcome to a video on how to create a stream starting soon placeholder animation using Magic Particles. In this lesson we'll learn step by step the words in our timeline.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. After a long time, I'm finally making an updated version on NoBoard and how to put an on-screen keyboard, because I've seen a lot of questions in my comment section and I just can't get to all of them. So I thought I'd just make a new updated version, and that's what this is going to be. So first, I'm going to walk through all the steps this time, not skip anything, and make sure I make it as clear as possible. And then I'll try to make sure to answer any questions or comments that you guys might have. So first, this link will be at the top of the description. It's to github.com. This is like the newest update. It's a rewrite, but it's right off the same website. And you're going to first click on the NoBoard rewrite v1.3. And just click on that and have that installed bottom left corner of your screen. Perfect. And that's what this is going to be. So first, I'm going to walk through all the steps this time, not skip anything, and make sure I make it as clear as possible. And then I'll try to make sure to answer any questions or comments that you guys might have. So first, this link will be at the top of the description. It's to github.com. This is like the newest update. It's a rewrite, but it's right off the same website. And you're gonna first click on the NoBoard rewrite v1.3.0 and just click on that and have that installed bottom left corner of your screen. Perfect. And with that, we're just gonna drag that to our desktop and put that right here. And now you just if you have like WinRAR, just extract to NoBoard rewrite. I'll just give you the folder and enjoy Bob Ross. But NoBoard. Now you just if you have like WinRAR, just extract to NoBoard rewrite. I'll just give you the folder and enjoy Bob Browse. But you're gonna open it up and you're gonna notice you have keyboard, clipper_library, NoBoard, which is the actual application, NoBoard to hooking DLL, and then system value tuple. I want you to go in here and open NoBoard. So right now you're gonna have this blue square, and this is just the basic setup. You will want to right click, and so settings you can just kind of customize things you want, like mouse sensitivity, scroll hold time, stuff like that. If you want to like actually work with that, go right ahead. But to set up a keyboard, right click, hit load keyboard, and now you have like 8 different options. So Burning Fish is obviously the main keyboard, and you can customize it right here.
I saw on a YouTube video, they use this like extension called Honey.
It automatically searches for the best coupons on the internet, add extension.
Let's start with the gameplay. I'm just gonna rename this to gameplay so to avoid confusion. And here the first thing you want to get in is some actual gameplay. So click on the plus and we're gonna find game capture right there. So I'm gonna click add source. Game capture, if you're gonna use the same, if you play multiple games and you're gonna use the same game capture source, you can just keep the name game capture, because you know whatever game you're gonna be playing is gonna be that source. So what you can do here in mode is gonna say capture any full screen application. If you only have one screen, you're not gonna have any full screen application, so that's bad. Go capture specific window, and now on a window you can select the specific game that you want to capture. In my case, it's Little Nightmares. I have it running in the background, so we're gonna use that. It's not full screen because I don't have two screen. I usually play at a lower resolution anyways, so I can see chat at the same time on the same screen. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna add all the elements that make up a good gameplay screen. So it's gonna be webcam overlay, you're gonna have your list, bar list, whatever you call it, and you're going to have your bit jar. So first things first, let's add the camera overlay. If you have an image as your camera overlay, like a PNG with transparency or a JPEG, you would go to image. In my case, we're gonna be using the Fortnite Mega Overlay Pack that I just released on gumroad.com/getlevel. We're gonna be using that so we know that the webcam overlay is actually animated. So it's a video file. So click on media source to import your video file. Did I click? Yep. Add source. I'm gonna call it camera overlay. And we're gonna locate the file. Okay, as you can see here, my file is a .mov file. That means it's video with transparency, or with an alpha channel for those who are experienced. So boom, we have it here, but wait, it's gonna disappear after 7 seconds, and that's not what we want because we forgot to loop this little box here. Okay, so if you have anything that's supposed to go on forever in a loop, you just click on the loop thing. We're gonna drag this down a little bit. So as I said, I don't have my camera right now, but we're still gonna add a video capture source. It's just gonna show my watermark since I use a DSLR to live stream. So click the plus and find video capture device. This is where you would also find your webcam. You're gonna call this one camera. Press enter. So this is, as you can see, Elgato is also a capture device, but whatever, just click OK. And now we're just going to place it intelligently. Try to keep everything proportional no matter what the shape of the camera overlay is. What you want to do is hold Alt and click and drag on the left or right, on the sides or top and bottom. And now what we can do is drag this down if we want it to be underneath the camera overlay. I always do my overlays in a way that people can put their cameras behind them so it looks flush, it looks perfect. And if I have a little bit of like shadows going in, it will also affect what's on camera. Now that we have that set up, we're gonna go ahead and add the follower's name, the last follower, last subscriber. We don't have subscribers or donations on this account, but that's fine. I'm gonna click on text to add one. I'm gonna call this one follower. Actually, I'm gonna call it recent follower. Naming your stuff in order to not be completely confused while you're streaming is very important. So we're not gonna use any of those. What we need here is read from file, because we're not gonna type in the name of the most recent follower ourselves. We want a file to do that. So when you installed Streamlabs OBS, it probably asks you to choose a specific folder where you want your log files to be. And this is where you need to go find your log files. Mine are in this folder called logs, and we're gonna search for a most recent follower. Double click on it. Turns out this the most recent streamers. Oh my god. We're gonna change the font real quick. I would like to have a Calibri, and we're gonna click OK and not do that. So if you have things that are set and you're sure that you're never gonna move them, you can go here and click on the little lock pad thing. That way, if I click and drag, see, it's not moving. I'm gonna do the same thing for the camera and the same thing for the camera overlay for now anyways. So recent follower, now I can just click and drag without any issue. It's a little big, that's fine. We're gonna drag it down. If you want more preciseness, just use your up and down arrows or left and right. Since I don't have subscribers or donators, what I'm gonna do is just duplicate this. So I'm gonna copy and I'm gonna paste a reference. Pasting a reference means that everything that you do to the original file is going to be affected throughout all of them, all of the references that you duplicated. If you just duplicate it, it's gonna create a brand new source and you can affect them individually. So I'm gonna paste reference once and twice. And just drag it down, and this should be good. So far it's looking pretty good. Okay, now I know that if ever I switch games and I want my overlay to be somewhere else, let me unlock everything that I locked, well, most of it. If I want to move something, I don't want to have to move everything separately, especially if I'm doing it live on stream and I want to go fast. You want to be able to move everything together. So what you can do is click and select. Basically, you're gonna hold shift and click the top layer and the bottom layer, and you can create a group right here. This group will be called camera pack. It's not the most original name. Now, what you can do is select the group and move it. Plus on top of that, if you know that you're not gonna be changing any of that, it only takes one spot in your sources. Okay, so now let's add a widget. What you're gonna go do is click plus, okay, and here on the right side you will see widgets. And the tip jar is something that I like having on my screen at all times because people like interacting with it. So we're gonna click tip jar and add source. Just call it the jar, that's fine. Here it's not gonna show you anything if you haven't set it up in your dashboard yet, but that's fine. It's just gonna load up the default one, and we're just gonna do with this for now. Okay, make it smaller. Gonna drag it bottom right. That looks pretty good, just like that. Now I get that some designs do not have most recent followers, donations, and all of that incorporated into the webcam overlay. So what you can do here, for example, is hold Alt, drag that up,